What's going on, everyone? What is good, dude? Keeping the comparison train going. I'm gonna drop a lot of these. Now, these are quick impressions, okay, or quick comparisons. These are not full-on comparisons. Obviously, nobody owns the Galaxy S10 right now, so I kind of want to do my best to, for all the Galaxy Note 8 users, for everyone just who owns a phone, man, to kind of see where these phones stack up. And what I'll tell you is, I just reviewed the Galaxy Note 8 not too long ago, and I truly think the Note 8 is such a good device. Like, at that point when the Note 8 was out, I'm like, how is any phone going to top this, And shortly after, we have a phone like the Galaxy S10, the Galaxy S10 Plus, and it's just such crazy innovation that we just saw within like a year or 2 year span, even from the Note 9 that was just released like a couple months ago. There's a lot of innovation that happened between these phones, and best believe a lot of things that happened with the Galaxy S10 are going to come to the Note 10 too. So in terms of release dates, the Galaxy Note 8 came out in 2017, the Galaxy S10 just came out, so really not too much to compare there. In terms of the build quality, what I tell you is they're both going to kind of somewhat feel the same in the hands, okay? I know it's kind of worded weirdly, but they both have glass on the front, obviously glass on the back. I will tell you though, the Galaxy S10 will just feel more premium overall because it has less bezel on it. The Note 8 didn't have a lot of bezel on it, but it did kind of have some on the top and bottom. The S10 actually removed the top and it still has a little bit of bezel, I'm not gonna lie. But the front camera is the hole punch design. I'm sure we've all seen it, but really it's not that big of a deal if you can get over it. It's like, doesn't really matter. For me, I actually kind of like it. I like that much better than a notch, and in a way, I really like that more than just having a small bezel at the top too, so definitely a huge improvement for me. The screen size differences between these two is 6.3 inches on the Galaxy Note 8 and 6.1 inches on the Galaxy S10. They're both 1440p panels, but believe it or not, the Galaxy S10 is technically higher resolution. We have 1440p by 2960 on the Galaxy Note 8 and 1440p by 3040 on the Galaxy S10, so a little bit of difference there. There's also higher pixels per inch on the Galaxy S10. That's super cool on the Galaxy S10, but still the Note 8 panel is still very, very good in my opinion. In terms of software, they're pretty much going to be supported the same. In a way, I kind of believe that the Note 8 might stop at Android Pie. Now, it could go to Android Q, I don't know, but they're both going to have one UI, so that's really, really cool. So not much to compare there. But moving on to the performance aspect of it, I'll tell you the specs of the Note 8, specs of the S10, and we'll kind of see where these kind of lie between each other. The Note 8 had an Exynos 8895 octa chipset, an octa-core CPU, and 6 gigs of RAM, where the Galaxy S10 has an Exynos 9820 octa chipset, an octa-core CPU, and 6 gigs of RAM for the domestic version and 8 gigs of RAM for the unlocked international version. So I'll definitely say in terms of that, the S10 will probably have the lead. It will be faster overall, especially if you get the international version, but I definitely do think that the Note 8 still has, a run for its money, man, especially considering the fact you can pick one up for like less than $300 versus the $899 price tag for the S10 base model. I definitely do think that the Note 8's performance per dollar is really, really good. But of course, between these phones, no surprise, the Galaxy S10 will be a better performer overall. I don't want to say it's going to be much, much better, or it's going to be like worlds different, but comparing the two, I will definitely say the S10 is better. Now, in terms of the cameras, this is where it's going to be quite a bit of difference, okay? The Note 8 had two 12 megapixel sensors on the back. Pretty respectable, I like it, you can shoot 4K videos on it, but the Galaxy S10 brings an extra sensor on top of that, so now we have 3 cameras on it. We have two 12 megapixel sensors and an extra main 16 megapixel sensor, which brings ultra wide functionality. So I definitely do think that between these two, the Galaxy S10's camera is better, but also it brings so many more features, You can do so much more with the Galaxy S10 camera, and just based off what they were telling us, now we're going to have to wait until we get one in-house so we can test it thoroughly and everything, but I definitely do think that the Galaxy S10 brings so much more to the table. Even the Galaxy S10 Plus just brings even more, and I definitely love that and appreciate that from the Galaxy S10. Seeing innovation like this is crazy. It wasn't the first camera to bring triple camera sensors or anything like that, but it'll push this trend of making phones with triple camera sensors and bringing more functionality into cameras. So I definitely love that. I appreciate that so much from Samsung. And definitely between these two phones, the Galaxy S10 will be a better camera. The front camera on the Note 8 was 8 megapixels. The front camera on the S10 is 10 megapixels. The main difference I can see from here, from right off the bat, definitely the S10 will probably be better. But you can shoot 4K videos on the front camera of the S10. We can only shoot 1440p on the Note 8. Still very respectable resolution on the Note 8, but seeing 4K on a front camera is just super cool, and I'm so excited about that. Now, interestingly enough, the battery sizes between these two phones are pretty similar. So we have a 3300 mAh battery on the Note 8, 3400 mAh battery on the S10. So I would say if I had to put my money on it, I would probably guess that the Galaxy S10 has a better battery life overall, but we would probably kind of have to wait to see what happens there. I will have to wait till I get it, but from right off the bat, I would just assume that the Galaxy S10's battery life is better. But a cool little trick that the Galaxy S10 is able to do with its battery life is that it can reverse wirelessly charge other devices. So if you wanted to, you can charge a Galaxy Note 8 from a Galaxy S10 just by putting it on the back of the phone. However, you cannot reverse wirelessly charge on a Note 8 to a Galaxy S10. So the S10 is one of those phones in the marketplace right now that has that capability, and it's super, super cool. I'm literally so excited about that. And I think that's one of the main and biggest features of the Galaxy S10 besides the spec improvements, besides the camera. That type of new technology is crazy, and I love that so much that Samsung brought in this phone. Some other quick things to note, no pun intended, the Galaxy Note 8 actually does have the S Pen support, which is something that the S10 doesn't have, but best believe a lot of the features that I've stated before are going to be ported over to the Galaxy Note 10 that's going to be released later this year, so pretty excited for that. The Note 10 is going to be a beast. The S10 actually has an inbuilt fingerprint sensor in the screen, so that is super sick. The Note 8 had one in the back of the phone, so that's definitely an improvement. It's not intrusive, it's just literally just on the phone. You just put your fingerprint sensor on the screen and you're set. So what I'll tell you is between both of these phones, the Galaxy Note 8 is really cheap now. You can get them in the used market for, like I said, less than $300, but the Galaxy S10 is bringing so much innovation, and I'm so proud of Samsung for doing this, and I'm so happy for them. And hopefully with this release, other phone manufacturers will go and start pushing more boundaries, pushing more envelopes, hopefully dropping the prices of their phones. You know, that's something that a lot of phone manufacturers are doing the opposite of, but I'd love to see what other phone manufacturers do this year to top what Samsung did, man. We're so early in the year and we're already seeing type of innovation like this. Is crazy. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Best believe, like I said, when I do get the phones in-house, I'm going to thoroughly test it, review it, all that stuff. So keep a look down on the channel so you don't miss that. I'll probably end up doing a giveaway very soon. I keep pushing it back, but I'm going to do it very soon. It's my 100K giveaway. I'm not going to forget it, but that's pretty much it. If you have any questions or anything, leave it down in the comment section below. Hit that like button, that'll mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it'll mean so much if you guys could hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel, all those links are linked down below. I would really appreciate if you guys could check it out. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.